Hi guys! So, I didn't post a video yesterday, and especially because I've been pushing my Patreon so much lately, and those of you that pay me for my weekly content, I figured I'd offer an explanation about things, and just acknowledge the fact that I missed a week, and I usually feel like a total fuck up when I miss videos, but I genuinely, it was like the last thing on my mind, because the past 10 days have been absolute shit. Just awful and terrifying and super shitty, and it's coming at the end of a very difficult 11 or 12 months. Obviously not everything has been bad, but it's been a really hard year for me. Very, very difficult. And what has happened, it seemed to have started when I lost my dog Frank. Those of you that have been following me for a while probably saw him in a bunch of videos. I thought that was going to be the worst part of 2016, but no. Then I had super scary health issues that were very intense and mentally exhausting as well as physically debilitating, including a boob biopsy, which I did just get a follow-up appointment sorted out. I had an ultrasound done. Everything looks stable. I'm still at like a 1% chance of it being something scary, so I will take those odds. It did cost me $449 to be told nothing has changed, which is frustrating. But at least I have insurance, so it probably would have cost me more. But what the fuck, insurance? Anyways, then dealt with other super dumb health stuff after that, plus so much tragedy and upset at the end of the last calendar year, and I thought things would be better 2017. And in some ways, yes, in lots of other ways, no, and that all got to the worst thing I've dealt with thus far, and I hope it's the worst thing that I have to deal with for a long time. But I thought I was going to lose my dad this past week. Like every day this past week until 2 days ago, because he had been with my brother, not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before, and they were just hanging out, going for a walk and stuff, and then my dad was out of nowhere unable to finish a sentence or speak or communicate in any capacity other than facial expressions. Thankfully he got it across to my brother that something was going on that he was terrified of, and he brought him to the emergency room. They did a scan, they found a mass. Him and my mom were rushed in an ambulance down to one of the big hospitals down in Boston. Thank goodness my brother was with my dad when this was happening, and that Boston is so close, and that it's one of the world's best hospitals. So he was down there. Me and Lego Boyfriend went down and were there until about 4 in the morning. And I'm very, very beyond thankful that Lego Boyfriend didn't hesitate to drive me down there and stick it out overnight with them. And even though it was uncomfortable, we ended up sleeping in chairs, which was unfortunate on my part because it fucked up my neck and back to the point I couldn't even get myself up off the floor. I couldn't lift my head enough to put a pillow under it, let alone drive and get myself to work, where I work with my hands all day. So also super thankful for my job being just so accommodating and so flexible and so generous. That made me happy cry a lot. I've been happy crying a lot and thankful crying and also sad crying a lot this week. It's been every possible emotion. So once my dad was in the hospital, he had a rough go of it the first couple days. It got so much worse in the middle of the week. He had a fever of 104, couldn't keep anything down, got rushed to the ICU. It was very intense. There was not a lot of sleep happening, and just constant stress and being terrified the whole time. And then Thursday night, my dad had his brain surgery. It was a 3-hour procedure, and he fucking came out of it like a champ. I'm beyond words for how thankful I am for the talent of the doctors that worked on him, because it's fucking brain surgery. That's why there's a joke of being like, it's not brain surgery. It's because it's so scary going into someone's brain and so much shit can go wrong. And it didn't. And he's so much better already. They didn't get the entire big mass. There was a big mass on the left side of his brain and 2 smaller tumors on the right side of his brain. We don't know what the mass was yet, other than it being a tumor. I don't know what kind. We're waiting for the pathology results, but they got most of it out. He does need to follow up with chemotherapy and radiation after this, which he's bummed about because he has a beautiful beard, and he's gonna be really bummed to lose that. But then I can just buy one of your hats, Carol, with the beard on the bottom. That is my plan, because I know he will appreciate it and think it's funny. But yeah, so things are finally looking up with him. I got to see him yesterday, and he was up walking around the atrium in the hospital without like anything hooked up to him, and I didn't think it would happen so soon. And his speech is above anybody's expectations, and that lucky motherfucker has like incredible vision now. He's had glasses as long as I've known him, and I'm his 28-year-old daughter, so it's been a while. Even bifocals, and he doesn't need his glasses to read even like teeny tiny fine print. What the fuck? That's so cool. It does make me wonder how long this has been in his head, but that's no way to think. So at least it's out, and he's making so much progress already, and he may be getting released today, which is Easter Sunday. If I hadn't mentioned that, I am not religious at all, but he is a man of faith, and I know it is not lost on him if he was released from the hospital today. So I am super hoping he gets released today or Tuesday, only because Marathon Monday is tomorrow, and that is it shuts Boston down. Like, I would not be able to retrieve him from the hospital if he's let out tomorrow. So I really hope he gets to come home today. Plus he misses his dogs, and thank the heavens for my best friend. I have no words for that woman. Sarah, you're incredible, and we're gonna spoil the shit out of you. Do all the brewery tours, go to all the arcades, and just buy you all the art supplies. Yeah, so more than anything else right now, I'm feeling very lucky and thankful for so many things. This has been really, really hard, and I think I'd be in a much worse mental space if it wasn't for all of you guys and all of the amazing, wonderful, kind people in my life. I feel very spoiled. I know I say it a lot. If you follow my Twitter feed, even when I'm cranky and grumpy about stuff, I'm just an eternal optimist, and I always end it on a good note, and I feel like my favorite way to live life is just to appreciate as many things as possible. Not that I try to paint everything with, rose tinted, and I am probably pretty naive about some things, but I've been through a lot of shit, and I still choose to stay positive with things. And like I said, just be thankful for what I do have, even when things are falling apart. So I'd like to thank all of you, even things you didn't realize were helping me. Steph and Sam giving me suggestions for places to go around Boston. People doing live streams like Sam, the Mighty Egg King on Instagram. Sorry if this is gonna make you freak out. Yeah, I'm just a normal person. You don't have to get. It's cool. We're cool. I'm just like a weird kid from New Hampshire. But you doing your live stream, that was during like a very, very tough night for me. And just finally eating some food and watching you do stuff you're really good at. You're an incredible artist. And just watching you, it was like very therapeutic for me, watching you work on such a cool project, and it came out so cool. So thank you for that. I know it may be a weird thing to be thanking you for, but it really it helped me get through a really tough evening. Yeah, thank you to my brother's best friend too. This is starting to sound like an acceptance speech. But Brian, you were a huge help. And so many people, everyone that sent well wishes and was keeping everyone in their thoughts. It means a lot. And I am the luckiest nerd. So yes, before I keep going, I'm going to end it there. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Easter. If you're celebrating it, I'm just gonna be real lazy today unless I have to go pick my dad up in Boston. But I'll be back to crafting videos Saturday. I'm like about to start on a project, but I wanted to give you guys an update and explain myself. And yeah, okay, gonna stop talking now. Bye, I will see you next Saturday.